and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena Wolff and this is Domarat, my little co-host. Yeah, and this is episode 7 and if you're a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back to my show, and if you're a new viewer, welcome and feel free to follow my show. It is a knitting and spinning and hand dyeing podcast. And excuse me for my voice today. I don't know if it's audible on the recording, but I'm a bit ill, so my voice might be a bit too low. Excuse me. So I would like to remind you that we have our Ravelry group, a forum where you can join and feel free to chat there. And also there we're having a Song of Ice and Fire / Game of Thrones knit along. And we are in need of more participants. Really, please feel free to join, and I will remind you that this is the prize. The prize is my hand-dyed yarn in Melisandre colorway. Excuse me again. On my belladonna base, meaning 80% superwash merino, 10% nylon and 10% cashmere. Very squishy and soft and nice and flamey. So you can win this. What else? Oh, my Ravelry name, if you're interested, it's Wolfówna, which spells WOLFFOWNA. And I have some other announcements to make. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the date today. What's the date? It's certainly February. It's Friday. Oh, okay, it's February 26th of 2016. And so what I wanted to announce, I have finally created an Instagram account. So if you want to, you can find me there as well. I'm under my name, Magdalena Wolff, with double F at the end, with no, as a one word. So yes, feel free to follow me on Instagram. And another announcement about which I'm so excited. Just yesterday, I have finally bought the tickets to go to Edinburgh, to Scotland, for Edin Yarn Fest 2016. Yes! Yes! Because I've been planning to do so, but my situation was unclear all the time, and I didn't know from where actually I would be flying, whether it would be Warsaw or Zurich. So I finally know where I will be during the date of my flight there. So I have finally bought my tickets and I'm going, and I'm extremely excited. I will be arriving on March 17th in the afternoon, and there is to be a kick-off knit night. So we are meeting in one spot, and we will be getting to know each other and chatting and knitting, and it sounds awesome. I know that Justyna Lorkowska will be there, and my other friend that I met while I was in Zug on Swiss Wolle Festival, and she lives in Geneva, and she's coming as well. If any of you, my dear viewers, are coming there, please tell me. It would be awesome to meet you in person. and say hi and chat a little bit would be great. And I will be staying till Sunday, March 20th, and then I'm going back to Zurich. So I'm very, very excited, and Justina told me I should like prepare a large budget for the festival, and yay, this is awesome. I have also never been to Scotland. I have been to England, but never to Scotland, so this is my first time, and yay! Well, I know Scotland is very beautiful, and I would love to go sightseeing, but I'm not sure whether I will have the time to do anything more than only like look around the city of Edinburgh, and that will be it because I won't be staying that long. So, well, yeah, I'm excited about that. So let's get on to my knitting, because I've been working on my Melisandre socks. The pattern is free on Ravelry. It's by Pearlescent, and this is how far I have gone. I just finished the heels. They're a bit, but yeah, you can see what I mean. I messed up one of the heels, which is funny because I'm doing two at a time, but I was not feeling very well and it was late in the evening, and I was like, I stopped my knitting, I went somewhere for something, then I came back and I totally thought, okay, I'm doing something wrong because I thought I haven't done one step of the instructions, but in fact I have done them. So I started to unravel the correct project, piece of project, and then I had to go back, and yeah, that was pretty annoying. And what else? Here I'm just starting because normally the pattern was only on one side of the sock, and here of course is the foot. So there's only stockinette for the comfort of the person who wears them. And now I will be going to the leg, and I will be knitting in the pattern also on this side. And what else? The heel is the reinforced heel. As you can see, it's knit one, slip one. And this heel is, I have never done this type of a heel. I don't know what name it has, but you make it without the need to pick up stitches, which is pretty awesome because picking up stitches is not my favorite work. But on the other hand, I think it's not my favorite heel. I actually prefer the heel from Kristin's favorite socks, Kristin from Yarngasm and Woolenvine Yarns. Even though I had to pick up stitches because it was a cleaner finish, I think. Here I have a lot of make ones, and I don't know, it looks a bit not very pretty, I'd say. So it's the advantage is that you don't have to pick up stitches at all. But on the other hand, I'm not really pleased with the effect. So I have some holes here and there, not big holes, but it's just somehow it's uneven, and I don't like it. So I don't think I will be repeating this type of heel anytime soon. Oh, and because I will be having the pattern, and other than that, the pattern is great, and maybe for other people this type of heel would work. just it's simply me that it's a matter of preference that I'm not very much into it. And I just added markers on also on the other side, because here I have my Paris, Eiffel Tower, heart and ladybug markers. Yes, and the camera won't focus for the love of... Oh, come on. Oh yeah, cute, so cute. I love them. And here are my my simple ring and bead markers with the dragonfly color, which has the strange effect of changing color depending on the angle from which you're looking at the bead, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, I just marked the center of the pattern because it's symmetrical, so it makes it easier for me to navigate. And I have forgotten, I forgot the label of the yarn again, but it's Lang Yarns Jawohl Magic in some numbers colorway, because they have a lot of colorways, so they just number them and that's it. But I love the effect that I have on my socks. As I said in the previous episode, this is not cherry colored, it's really red, but camera is acting funny with it. So these socks will be pretty flamey. And I think it's pretty weird for a sock yarn, because I have a feeling it is a single ply. And you probably won't be able to see it. Oh, yeah, now. So it is, in fact, sock yarn. It is with nylon, but it's single ply. So I am a bit worried about felting. I mean, because it will be socks, so they might felt soon. But, well, we will see. As I said, I'm making them for my friend Milica, who's Serbian, but she lives in Japan. She's on a scholarship there, and that's basically where we met in the first place, when I was in Japan on my scholarship too. And she's a great Game of Thrones, more actually the books, meaning Song of Ice and Fire by George Martin fan. She was the one who recommended me the books. It was before the HBO started the TV show even, so I read the books while in Japan. And yeah, so I thought she would be really pleased, and also because in Japan it's still cold, meaning they, except for the most northern island, Hokkaido, they do not normally use central heating. So when it's plus 10 Celsius outside, you have plus 10 Celsius inside as well, unless you use air conditioning, and it's expensive for a poor student. So we basically were really cold during winter and spring in Japan. So I thought she would be really happy, and I love her so much. So and it's a surprise. She doesn't know I'm making these for her. So I'm really looking forward to sending them to Japan. A sip of tea for my poor throat. Oh yes. So yeah, the tea I'm drinking, it's again my green tea from Uji. It's a Japanese tea. And as I mentioned before, I really love the place, the town of Uji. It's really a charming place. And also just recently, like a few days ago, I met with my friend from university. He is my senpai, meaning I don't know if you're familiar with these Japanese terms. A senpai is basically a person who, excuse me, who has been somewhere before you. So at school, it's somewhere in higher class. So he started, I think he finished his studies before I actually started at our department. But anyway, he told me a very interesting thing that my other friend found out about tea in Japan, because as I said, Uji is very famous in Japan for tea, and there is another place that is also very famous, and it's Shizuoka. And what's the difference between Shizuoka tea and Uji tea? Oh, sorry. The cough is killing me, really. So, Shizuoka tea is basically from the city of Shizuoka, like the area, which means, for example, wine, its taste depends on the year, because the taste of the tea leaves depends on the weather in said year, right? So, like with wine, every year is different. But Uji tea, what's the difference? So the difference is that actually the Uji tea is not exactly from Uji town, but it's Uji is a place where they are buying it from like other closer areas, and then there are specialists, master tasters who mix like various oh, sorry. They mix tea leaves from various like places to make the Uji tea taste the same. And we're back. Sorry for that, dear viewers. I just had a terrible coughing attack. So I will try and talk calmer right now, so I don't cough out my lungs off. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yes, about the tea. So this was my random Japanese tea information here, and now let's go back to knitting, because that's what this show is about, mostly. So first of all, I wanted to show you a lovely, lovely yarn bowl that my friend Barbara made me. Hello there. She went to pottery classes, and she learned how to do such stuff, like use the pottery wheel and then the oven to make it, and it's clay with glue. And I actually asked her for it to have more of a rough feeling to it, because I'm totally in love with Japanese pottery, and I love this aesthetics. So I also requested a leaf motif, because I really love trees. So she put oak leaves here. As you can see, it was very useful for me right now, because when I frogged all my Mira sweater, I had, normally I had my central pull ball, but when I frogged, I just wound it around. So a yarn ball was a lot of help here, and I think, oh, it's so pretty. I love it. It's awesome. Maybe if you see the texture here, yes, it's a bit rough. It has some grains of sand here, and it's totally lovely, lovely. I really love these Japanese. I love Japanese pottery that is used during tea ceremony, because you can see Japanese pottery that is more of Chinese aesthetics, meaning it's more perfect. But I really, really love this style more. So yes, my Mira sweater is back. Oh no, I lost stitches. No. Excuse me. So yeah, I will have to rescue them. I have to rescue them actually now, because I'm afraid they will run away. So this is on Malabrigo Makita in Sirenas colorway, and it's, come on, how did this happen? And it's a single ply yarn, 100% merino, probably superwash merino. Yes, I think I got them. Phew. So yeah, these are lovely underwater shades of blue and green and teal. And you can see the bee stitch that I have finally mastered. Well, at least I know what's going on with it, and I think it will look very nice. I am using 3.75 millimeter needles. And I'm making the M size of the sweater. So yeah, I will just sip some water, not tea, because I'm afraid the tea might be drying up my throat a bit, and that's dangerous right now. So, water. Okay, I really want to do the whole episode, because I will be really unsatisfied if I made only the half and then died of coughing. So, yes. Okay, so I have actually proceeded quite well, because as you remember, last time I had like only this much, and now I have already split for the sleeves. The sleeves are on cables. I have these Knit Pro cables with the holders, and it's pretty awesome, because it's easier to pick up stitches from this than from scrap yarn, because here simply you adjust a needle and you can pick up stitches from the needle. Brilliant. And I am also using my cute stitch markers here. This is my main marker for the beginning of the round. Oh, come on, camera. Work with me here. Yay. And another of my simple ring and bead marker here. And from now on, the work will be pretty simple for quite a while, so it can be more of a, oh, I will have to fix here, because when I lost a stitch, this part got away, but I will catch it. So yeah, I can just use it for TV knitting, because I don't need to take care of the pattern so much, because with these with the socks. I have to follow the pattern all the time. And yeah, it's not, I'm actually lacking a mindless knitting project right now. So Mira will be something like that for a little bit right now. And for the other skein, I'm using a small pot. And it's also working pretty good, but it's not as awesome as my yarn ball. Yay! Alright. So let's proceed to spinning, because I have already transferred some of my yarn to a toilet paper roll, because these are my bobbins. So this is, well, you can see only the purple part. Oh, no, you can actually see some of the yellow here. This I have still a lot of left. So this is English Wool Blend by Wolff&Schafe in the Eventide colorway, with mostly purple, lavenders and mauves, and a touch of yellow and green. And it's very, like, it makes it interesting to spin, because the colors are changing and sometimes they're mingling together, and it's interesting for me. The only complaint I would have is that the darkest part leaves some dye on my fingers, and I will probably have to soak the yarn like a lot before I use it for knitting. So I have this and this on my Folktales PL's lovely, beautiful spindle that spins like a dream, and I love it. So you can also see there are like these darker purples and lavenders and yellows, and I think I will spin some more, and then I will apply them together. I'm at a bit of a disadvantage right now because I don't have my scales here, so I'm like, oh, this is more or less okay, and then I'm left with, well, once I actually succeeded in measuring, like, I have this much of one yarn, like one strand of yarn left, and it was wow. So yes, I'm looking forward to applying these. I think I need some more here. And then they will be one. Yes, and then I have quite a lot. And about my blanket idea, I still have that idea. I'm still thinking about it, to make a Cozy Memories blanket out of my hand spuns, because right now I'm just spinning them for practicing, because I'm still a beginner, a spinner. So I'm just practicing on various fibers, and I'm thinking about just using them for a blanket. And then what about my hexie puffs? Well, then I just came up with an idea, because hexie puffs, they have a lot of good sides to them. Like, they're very portable because it's a modular project, so you carry around only like small parts. You don't have to carry around the whole blanket you're knitting on, but they're so tiny. Like, you need so many of them, like many more than squares for the blanket. So I just thought I won't give up on the hexie puffs like totally, but I could make, I'm still wondering if it's possible, if it will look okay, but that's just me thinking about my project. So that I could make a border for the blanket out of hexi puffs. So I would have the blanket. On the border, I would add my hexi puffs. What do you think about that idea? Would it be totally, like, would it be sensible to try it? Because then I wouldn't need so many. I would still need quite a lot of them, but not as many as for the whole blanket, which I have a feeling would take me like 15 years to complete. So yeah, that's my idea for now. Oh, my poor throat. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's it for my spinning right now. And I wanted to show you, I have dyed up recently 2 skeins of juniper smoke. This is a solid color, and it looks totally different on the camera than in reality. This is muted blue with a suggestion of purple showing through, because I do it with layers, but basically it's it's muted blue / gray with a suggestion of purple, and I called it juniper smoke. So I have these are DK weight 100% non-superwash merino. That's also why I think they take the dye a bit differently. More, they drink up the dye, but they don't have very bright colors. So even though I had my formula, I changed it, and the result was actually the same when I was using superwash yarn with less dye. So I added a bit more dye, and then they turned out the way they were supposed to. And I love this color. This would totally be an awesome sweater for me, even though I normally don't like gray, but this is not a gray. So these are this, and I have also a new colorway, because juniper smoke, as I said, it's I had this colorway before, but ta-da! Well, those of you who already follow me on Instagram know this colorway, and it looks totally crappy on the camera, but anyway, I will try to post a photo here, because this light February. So anyway, it has like pale and stronger turquoise colors with some rust spots, and really dark gray made from various shades of various colors. And I'm very proud of this color. I think it looks great. And this is oh yes, this DK is the base is Rea base, and this is on my sock yarn, meaning paw base, 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon, and it's very soft and squishy even though it's sock yarn. And I simply love the name. I would forget. So the name of the colorway is Turquoise Cave. Turquoise Cave, and I'm in love with it. And I think you will be too if you see like more real colors of it. So yeah, this will be in my shop. And just one tiny section, because last time I was talking about the games I'm playing or am lusting to play. Right now I'm reading this. Well, I know the cover doesn't look very smart, like especially with this bloody knife, but this is a kind of like convention Uh, you probably know because, well, okay, it's not uh, totally famous to everyone, so you might not be familiar. I was not myself up till until 6 months ago. So okay, so it's Rex Stout, the Nero Wolfe series. Nero Wolfe is a detective, and these are really good mystery novels. They are usually this long, and you might remember from probably my first English episode the cowl I made from Malabrigo playa yarn, Rios. I made it for my friend Tom, and he actually really likes this, and he was the person who recommended this to me. And he has probably the whole series, which is very long. Is it here? Oh, I thought there is a list of the volumes, but yes, but anyway, there are many volumes of this series, and it's like it has this old-fashioned feeling to it, because this one is, I think, still written in 1930s, and I enjoy it really, because I had the problem. I have always liked mystery novels. Even when I was 12, I would read Agatha Christie, and there was, she passed away like last year or 2 years ago. Joanna Chmielewska, she's the most famous Polish mystery writer, I think, especially in Russia. She's very popular still. So when I was a teenager, I would read a lot of her novels. And recently I was complaining that I cannot find a mystery novel that would, keep my interest, because more and more of them are closer to action movie. Like the descriptions are in an action movie, not even a book. Then I like when the detective has to make a lot of brain work, less field work, like running around with a gun and driving a fast car or whatnot. And here, excuse me, this guy, he doesn't leave his his home. He doesn't leave his home. He has an assistant who does all the field job, like he collects evidence and data and whatnot. And this guy, he just does everything at home, working with his brains, which I think is awesome, and I love. Like, I also love Sherlock Holmes, because it's a lot of brain work, and as you can assume from the last episode, in which I praised the game The Room, which I highly recommend again, this is what interests me. Less action scenes. So yeah, this is what I'm reading right now. Oh, and by coincidence, it turned out that Mileta, for whom I'm making these socks, she totally loves these books. So it was like she was quite surprised that, wow, you're now reading this, and I love it so much. So the world is small. And okay, thank you very much for watching. I think that's it for today, and I won't be bothering you with my cough anymore. And yes, Edding Yarn Festival. I'm so excited, and I'm very excited, to, well, first of all, to see such a large festival for the first time, because the one in Zug was, well, smaller, quite smaller, and to meet so many people on the first day. So I'm so looking forward to it. Okay, So thanks for watching. Happy knitting to you all, and see you next time. Meow.